Shalom, family. This is Portrait Pioneers of Color. Today, let's talk about the Igbo Jews. Some say the Igbo Jews. The Igbo Jews mainly originated in Nigeria. I wouldn't say originated, but that's where they ended up when they were dispersed out of Judah or Palestine by the Assyrians. We know that in the year 740 BCE, the Assyrians came in and they took the 10-tribe northern kingdom captive, and they dispersed them to the known parts of the then known world. Some of them went to Iran. Some of them fled down into Africa. Some went to Media, Babylon, other different areas, Persia. So that was in 740 BCE. So the Igbo, they're one of the biggest ethnic groups in Nigeria. Some of them claim to be descendants of one of the lost 10 tribes of Israel. Now, the Igbo, they share very similar customs as how the Jews worshipped. For example, the Igbo practiced circumcision on their male children on the eighth day after birth. They also refrained from eating certain unclean foods. And then also, they mourned their dead for 7 days. And they have other different customs, such as in their wedding ceremonies and their different celebrations. I believe like they celebrate the new moon, similar to what the Hebrew Jews did. And the Igbos, during slavery times, they were dispersed all over. They went to Jamaica, to Cuba, Barbados, of course the United States, Belize, Trinidad, even Dominican Republic, and other places. And of course, the Igbo, according to their legend, they have a migration story, various versions, but basically that they came into Nigeria. And today, in the capital of Abuja, there is a Jewish synagogue in the suburbs there of the capital city of Abuja. So let's examine some of the main migration story that we often hear about the Igbo Jews, and let's see how that compares to Scripture. So the Igbo, they have various versions of a migration story involving Jacob, who was the grandson of Abraham, and of course the son of Isaac. And we know Jacob had 12 sons. One of those sons was Gad. So they say that they descend from Jacob's son Gad, and that Jacob, or I should say Gad, he had sons. And they say that they descend from 3 of Gad's sons. They say that his 3 sons was Eri, Arodi, and Areli, and that these 3 sons settled in present-day southeastern Nigeria, which is today predominantly inhabited by many Igbo. But among that large ethnic group, there's a certain segment of that population who say they are Igbo Jews. Well, let's notice what the scripture says here. Well, if we go to Genesis chapter 46, and we notice verse 16, it talks about, and the sons of Gad were Ziphion and Haggai, Shuni, Esbon, Eri, and Arodi, and Areli. So, the Igbo Jews say that they descend from these 3 sons, Eri, Arodi, Areli, the sons of Gad, which was of the tribe of Gad of the 10 tribes. And if we look at an old map of Nigeria, which was called Igbo land, they are saying that even to this day, there are certain towns that were founded hundreds of years ago that were named after Gad's sons. For example, Aguleri, You see the last three letters, E-R-I, and then they also have the name Aor Orochukwu. These are